Hello everyone! So recently I've got Lenovo L340 Gaming laptop as my first ever dedicated gaming machine. Though I had one question which I couldn't find exact answer to: can it game and stream at the same time? In this video I'll go through the specs of the laptop I've got, through the several titles which I had already tested, and several tricks to optimize performance. If you like content, be sure to push those like and subscribe buttons. Also feel free to follow me on Twitch, where I stream different titles and test things out. If you are trying to decide for yourself if this laptop is worth it for you and would like me to test some title, feel free to request it in the comments, and later I'll do my best to try it out online or post a YouTube video. So speaking about the specs, I've got laptop model with Intel i5 9300 HF CPU, NVIDIA GTX 1650 GPU with 4 gigs of VRAM, and 16 gigs of DDR4 RAM slotted into single slot. I heard it is said that it is a limiting factor in some reviews, and last but not least, it's got 256 gigabytes SSD. Actually, that's it for the specs, and I'm not planning to go deep into details, as for me this was quite enough to make my decision and to compare the model of the laptop that I've got with the competitor models on the market. And off we go to the titles then now. Stable 30 FPS, now up to 47. And as far as I see, no stuttering during stream too. Regarding the options, what we have here is 1080p. Actually I'm streaming, changing the resolution to 720p. That's what I'm trying, at least as of now. Nearly everything is high and on. Yeah, okay, let's go.
You sleep for 3 days like a dead man, then scare children? Off to a great start, 31.
Where am I?
In paradise,
31.
can't you see? Okay, enough joking around. Head to room 190. The boss will brief you.
What do you mean 31?
Ask the boss.
Kick him.
Raheem, I don't see you. Where are you?
Well, what are you waiting for? Get over here. You ought to feel right at home. A crane on a crane.
This is scary.
New guy, be careful out there. We've lost too many already.
Okay, noob. You've got Dr. Zera set up in a semi-trailer on a fenced-in playing court. When you leave the tower, hang a left and head due south. You can't miss it.
It's Crane, kid.
All right. Crane. Just keep moving. There's no time to take in the sights. And try not to make too much noise. Sound attracts those fuckers.
Another blade. Up here. Up there. And we need to go there, right? Is definitely capable of both gaming and streaming the Dying Light title, and I suppose it's time to try out something else. So what we have with the options here is yeah, practically everything is maxed out except the shadows plus GI quality. Max versus, yeah.
The very sand shivers with malice. There's a power here that welcomes me.
Left click to talk to non-player characters.
You and I, we're the only ones that made it to shore. Alive, anyway. Looks like you found something you can defend yourself with. Good. This place is crawling with criminals.
Oh.
There's smoke rising just east of here. Could be worth checking if there's...
I need more mana.
Take it. Then I switch 45, yeah, and back to 60.
That would just make life complicated. I know that stench. Just like my sisters upon the pyre.
Leveled up the skill. Okay. Shift.
I need more mana.
What's in there? Did you see the number? Oops. Stop. What was that? Delirium box. Now it actually looks like it.
To learn is to live.
It was. So as you have seen, the
I need more mana.
FPS are actually quite stable. Though during that encounter I had a deep down till like 30-ish bits. And we can head on to the next title. I forgot what do we have here. We have just straight away everything next. No reflections really. Other than that, it is nice, yeah. So I think the one rift, right?
Enemies of the Nephilim surround you.
Okay, let's find the game and check how the public game. Video 1080p. Hi. I have no idea what texture streaming is. Enabled maximum tropic 16x motion blur, no triple monitor, like 3 2 5. Yeah, you might see that I'm struggling with it. Yeah, okay. Let's purchase this one. I'm not a Counter-Strike pro anymore. We have just ultra graphics with 1080p. Okay, let's play some games with this. Play standard ranked. Let's go with Cult of Magnus. Captain People. Yeah, those lands are okay. I have quite that turns 1 and 2. But yeah, let's try. Just quite dead, but absolutely dead. Turns 1 and 2. Actually, after recording the content for this video, I've started to experience strange 30-40% dropped frames each stream, each 2 minutes of each stream. And surely before posting this video, I had to somehow figure out what can be done in order to tweak the performance of the laptop. So the first trick is rather simple and quite obvious. That is just running OBS Studios as an administrator. The second trick is not as obvious as the first one. Actually, what you need to do is to specify the folder for the recorded videos right in the folder on a hard drive or SSD drive. Yeah, just straight away on the disk C. The third tweak is about undervolting your CPU, and taking into consideration this involves some hardware tuning. Use this tweak at your own risk and at your own responsibility. So as you can see, I'm using Intel Extreme Tuning utility for the CPU tuning, and right now I am running 1 minute stress test without any undervolting. Here we see some thermal throttling going on right from the very start of the test. And at the very end of the test, I'm also getting the power throttling. So what I'm gonna do now is go all the way down to minus 0.115 volts, which is actually undervolting my CPU. Please note that it is advised to go by the increments of 0.005. I just know and have already tested all the way down to minus 0.115 volts. That's why I'm going straight to this value. And as you can see, while running the second 1 minute test, I'm not getting any thermal throttling and just slight power throttling at the very end of the test. Now let's have a closer look at the graph of the CPU temperatures and core frequencies. As you can see, the temperatures, which are represented by the purple line, are much lower and much more stable during the second test, and correspondingly the core frequencies, which are represented by the gray line, are also much more stable at 3.9 GHz. All in all, those 3 tweaks allowed me to stop dropping frames, and actually after performing them, the stream runs smooth without any lagging or stuttering. As per my experience, after testing all those titles, I can definitely say that Lenovo L340 is capable of simultaneously streaming and gaming. I would call it a starter streamer laptop, and actually that's what you get for the budget price range that this laptop belongs to. Feel free to ask me any questions and request the testing of titles in the comments below. Hit that like, subscribe, and see you next time.